We'll just wait for these to get back and then we can get started. Sorry. Perfect. All right. Sarah, do you want to kick off?
Sure. So my name is Sarah Davis, and my partner in crime is Michelle. We are going to go over basically how to get started with your programs and the on-demand, the meal planning, meal prepping, Shakeology, fitness, personal development, all that good stuff that we kind of talk about the first week, but we wanted to give you guys a chance to ask questions and really kind of delve into what we do personally and help you guys out. This isn't a quick fix. That's kind of what I wanted to go over first. It's a lifestyle. You're going to fall off the wagon and you're going to make mistakes. We all do it, and it's fine. And I don't want you to think about it as having to be perfect for 21 days or for 30 days or for 60 days, because this is something you can do long term, and you can do it over and over and over again. And there are splurges, and there's times where, you know, you have special stuff going on and you don't want to worry about sticking with it, and that is fine. So we just want, we want to make sure that you guys know this is a lifestyle. It's not something that is going to change you overnight. It starts in your head, and that doesn't change overnight either. So just keep that in your mind as you're going through this, and don't beat yourself up if you fall off. We also have a prize at the end of our 4 weeks. So I think most of you have seen our tracker that we have listed. Keep up with that. Post your points every couple days if you can. And we have, like I said, we have a prize at the end. And we haven't really decided what we're going to do yet. We'll probably will look at your dream boards and pick something off that if we can make that possible.
No cars, no houses. Sorry, guys.
Yeah, I can't afford a car quite yet. But, something that means something to you or is helpful, that kind of thing. And I'm going to hand it over to Michelle to talk about the on-demand.
Thanks, Sarah. So one of the things that we wanted to make sure that we talked about, and we'll talk about it in the group as the group goes on, but we wanted to just talk about some of the resources that you have access to. And I know we each have our program, whichever program it is that we're doing, whether it's 21 Day Fix, 22-Minute Hardcore, Body Beast, PiYo, whatever program you're sort of in the midst of right now. You probably have the DVDs for and are utilizing a DVD player or computer for. But what we want to remind you is that everybody gets a 30-day free trial to Beachbody On Demand. And with that comes the opportunity to either have full access to certain programs, like all of the P90s are fully available. There's some Insanity workouts that are available. Turbo Fire is there. And then you also have the opportunity to check out sneak peeks for some of the newer programs. So if you wanted to check out 21 Day Fix Extreme, there's a workout from that. If you wanted to check out 22-Minute Hardcore, there's a workout from that. One of the newest features of On Demand is the ability to unlock some of the programs. So instead of physically getting a DVD in the mail, you would only have access to it through Beachbody On Demand. And the cost of that access is discounted. So for instance, this I don't know if it's this week only or last week or whatever. Body Beast, like the entire program was unlocked for, I think, $14 is what I paid, which is insane. So obviously, I can get the DVDs in the mail, but I use Beachbody On Demand with my Roku, or if you have a Amazon Fire Stick or a smart TV, whatever. So now I have full access to the Body Beast program through Beachbody On Demand, and I can participate in that. And I will have access to that program for as long as I have a Beachbody On Demand account. So if you have a workout that you're doing and you love it, that's awesome. But if you have an itch to try something new, definitely tap into this awesome resource that you have access to. And like I said, it's free for 30 days. If you love it, you can continue on, and I think it's about $40 per quarter. If you want to try your 30-day free trial and after 30 days you decide that you don't like it, you can cancel it, and you will never be charged anything. So just make sure that you know that you love your workout that you're currently doing. Maybe you're hitting a plateau, and most of us are just starting, but when that time comes, know that you have access to try before you buy, or you have full access to, like I said, a number of programs. The newer programs you won't have full access to with just your Beachbody On Demand account, but you can try a workout, see if it's something that you would like, and then choose to purchase the program and have full access. So just keep that in mind as you work through your program. And some days, if you just want to spice it up and try something new, it's nice to kind of have that option to log on to Beachbody On Demand and do something completely different. Back to you, Sarah.
You also, anything you have purchased and have the DVDs for, you can stream it through On Demand. So if you go on vacation or you go on a business trip and you don't want to pack up your DVDs because you won't have a DVD player, you can stream it through your phone, through a laptop, computer, iPad, anything. So you always have access to what you've already purchased, even the newer programs. And they do the they have Country Heat coming out in July, which is a line dancing workout, and they did a sneak peek of it. What was it, Monday? I missed it, but
yeah.
So they do stuff like that too. So it's fun to see. You get a peek before anybody else does. So yeah, that's always a good thing. Next is meal planning or meal prepping. So first thing, when you get your program, pull out your book, look at your foods list, and either take a pen to the book or write them down on a piece of paper and mark what you like to eat. What foods do you like that's in there? And think about what you can eat a couple times a week. Simple is the best thing. Don't overdo it. Don't, go look up crazy recipes that are difficult to make. Keep it simple. I think I literally eat the same thing every day for breakfast, lunch, and then dinner changes. But it's just that repetitive, and I don't fall off the wagon easily unless we're going somewhere. If I know I have everything planned out. So map out your week. Look at your, write out at least 4 days of meals. Make a list, take it to the grocery store. You can go on Pinterest and type in 21-day fix meals. I think most of the newer programs now are on the fix meal plan. So they'll give you a ton of recipes. Pick what you like. Make it easy for yourself. Your carbs, your starches, try to keep them around your workouts earlier in the day. And obviously you can have them for dinner, but it's probably best to keep them earlier or around the workout. The Fix8 cookbook is awesome. It's got so many easy ideas. It's got 101 recipes, something like that. And everything is Fix approved, and they're simple, and your families, my kids like them. They're good home cooking. And then water. You should be drinking I say a gallon, but most people say half your weight in ounces. So if you weigh 160 pounds, you should be drinking 80 ounces a day. This is my best friend, my shaker cup. It's 25 ounces, and I drink 6 of them a day, and I hate water, but lemons are my best friend. So, and if you don't like lemons, that's okay. There's so many options. Limes, fruit, cucumbers, mint. Say hi, Jamie. But that's gonna, help keep you full and hydrated, and it's just gonna help everything overall, especially while you're doing all this. Food prep's definitely a must. Pick a day, prep out your veggies and your fruits. And I'm not a big dinner prepper, but I know some people are. But when I'm making dinner, I make extra, not just enough for that one meal. So I have it for lunches, or I have it to take to work with me for dinner the next night if I have to work at night. I always make more. So we have extra, and I know I'm not running and grabbing the first thing that I see. I think that's all I have on meal planning. Go ahead with Shakeology, lady.
Yeah, and to add to Sarah, I think in our group, I added a few meal plans. I'm the type that I can only do one grocery shop a week, so I will usually sit down on Sundays and kind of plan out my whole week so that I know that I can make just one run to the grocery store and not have to go back several times. So those are there, for reference. Feel free to download them, use them, change them, whatever. I think they're in there in Excel. So you have the option of obviously changing them. So Shakeology. Oh, Shakeology. One of the most important things to remember about Shakeology is that it is not just a protein shake. It is not just a meal replacement. Your Shakeology is a superfood, nutrient-dense meal, and it should be thought of in a sense of it's not just that you're drinking it to get 20 grams of protein. You're drinking it because it is going to pack your body with the nutrients, the vitamins, and the minerals that you need to be healthy. One of the things that I have found, I've been drinking Shakeology now for almost 2 years, and I have, knock on wood, not been sick at all. And I look at all these people around me. I live in Connecticut, so winters are rough, and I am constantly seeing neighbors sick. I am seeing teacher friends that are sick. So it's not only, for me, it's not only an easy way for me to get in a red every day, but I know that I'm getting all the vitamins and minerals I need to be healthy and to feel good and to have high energy levels and to have my cravings reduced. So that's why I drink it. One of the things that we always like to tell people is play around with your Shakeology. If you have tried it and you didn't like it right off the bat, play around with it. Try different bases for it. You can use water. You can use milk, you can use almond milk, you can use coffee, you can use coconut milk. So find the recipe that works best for you. You can add extracts. Sometimes I throw in peppermint extract to my chocolate and it tastes like a Thin Mint cookie. Very little peppermint extract, by the way. Otherwise it ends up tasting like mouthwash, and that's never good. But if you put just a tiny bit, it does taste like a Thin Mint cookie. I use peanut butter a lot. Sometimes I throw in a banana. Just depends on when I'm drinking the shake and what I'm looking for from it. If I drink it, if I'm using it just as a snack, like I want to take in those nutrients and minerals, but I have other things going on and maybe I don't necessarily need it for a meal, I might just use water. If I want to make it a little more calorie dense because it's actually going to be a meal for me, I will probably throw in a tablespoon of peanut butter and a banana. Maybe throw in some spinach. So, play around with your different recipes, find what you like the best, and then go with it. If you try a flavor and you don't like it, again, play around. I did not like vanilla when I first tried it. And vanilla is like my go-to flavor. Vanilla milkshakes, vanilla ice cream. I love vanilla. I tried the vanilla Shakeology and I was like, oh, this is awful. Like, I did not like it. I ended up adding a little bit of almond extract to it, using unsweetened vanilla almond milk and throwing in some peanut butter. And now vanilla is like one of my favorite flavors. So it just took a little while for me to find the right combination. And, you know, this is going to sound ridiculous, but the amount of ice that you throw in, do you blend it? How long are you blending it? When you blend it and you put in a banana, the longer you blend it, it kind of, this is going to sound weird, but it kind of gets fluffier, if that makes any sense. Like, it doesn't get frothy, but I don't know, it expands. It has a different consistency if you blend it longer than if you only blend it for a few seconds. So play around with the different ways to make it and know that, you know, it's just like anything else that you have a recipe for. You know, if you make spaghetti sauce, some people like a lot of oregano in their spaghetti sauce. Some people like a ton of garlic. You know, Shakeology is the same thing. And keep in mind that there's no preservatives in Shakeology. There's no artificial flavors in Shakeology. So what you're tasting is, you know, 70 superfoods that have been broken down and into a powder form so that we can get those vitamins and minerals. So they're not going to mask the healthy taste of those 70 superfoods with artificial flavors or sugars or preservatives. So, you know, just keep that in mind as you're working up your recipe, that you got to find the way that it tastes best for you.
I think it's delicious, but I don't like vanilla. All right. Fitness, workouts. Schedule them. Make an appointment in your calendar if you have to. Make an appointment somewhere, you know, with yourself. Pretend it's your job, because you wouldn't skip out on an appointment with your boss, right? If you have to get up earlier, if you work full time, get up earlier, get it done. And yeah, it's not fun and it might suck at first, but you're going to feel so much better going into your day, knowing that it's over and you don't have to worry about it once you get home. Some people like to do it after work, and that's great too. That's not me, but do what works for you. You know, this is a lifestyle and it's only going to benefit you, and it's going to give you those endorphins and you're going to feel good. So, I mean, and it's just a short time. Like, we're talking 22 minutes to 35, I think is the longest, 40 tops if you're doing hammer and chisel. So it's not a lot. It's like 4% of your day. We can make it happen, right? But that's all I have to say. Just schedule it. Put it in there.
Yeah, I agree with that. It's an appointment with yourself, and, you know, your health and wellness should be a top priority for you. We're all busy. Most of us probably have families. Most of our challengers probably have families. So it's important to remember that, you know, if we're healthy, our family's going to be healthy. If we're run down and low on energy, we're not going to be the best person that we can be, friend, mom, wife, sister, whatever. And that sort of leads us into our final point of discussion before we go into Q&A, and that's personal development. And Sarah posted on this week. Personal development is one of those things that sounds scary, and sounds kind of like, who wants to do personal development? But truly, it can make such a difference in your life. And when we say personal development, we mean doing something every single day that is not only working your mind, but your well-being. So it could be your emotional well-being, your spiritual well-being. Could be that you're working on your confidence. Could be that you're working on, you know, your working to increase sort of your motivation. Whatever it is that you feel like an area of your life that you need to work on, personal development is designed to help you do that. So, Sarah, did you post was it in this group that you posted some samples of personal development books?
Yeah, I think I did Sunday.
Okay. So, some of the books that Sarah and I have read and the other coaches in the groups, I mean, it could be You Are a Badass is a really good one. The Go-Giver is a really good one. I love Fresh Start by Joel Osteen.
Compound Effect.
Compound Effect, absolutely. So there's personal development books for anything, and they don't have to be books. You don't actually have to sit down and read. If you spend any time in the car, I would highly recommend downloading Audible or downloading free podcasts, because those you can listen to in the car. So just taking some time every single day to work on yourself is only going to benefit both you in this effort to get yourself onto a healthier lifestyle, but it's also going to benefit your relationships with other people, whether it's your spouse or your children or your coworkers. Just taking that time to really sort of listen to the words or read the words, reflect on them, and then work to implement them in your life. And again, it could be any area of your life. Maybe you're having a rough relationship with your coworkers, so that's an area that you might want to work on. Maybe you are working to improve your marriage, and that's an area that you can work on. Maybe you're trying to be a better friend, or you want to be a better parent. Maybe you're building a business. Obviously, this for Sarah and I, we're business owners, and the other coaches in the group. So that's a big focus for us, because, getting into the entrepreneurial world is not always easy. And so working on our self-confidence is a big focus of ours. So there's always something that we can work on, and there's a personal development book or Audible or podcast for everything. So, take the time to get into that. Like I said, I don't think it's something that people necessarily innately do. But if there's anything that I've learned over the past year and a half of being a coach is that we always have an opportunity for improvement. And personal development is one of the best ways to work towards that. And again, it can be in any area of our lives. So, Sarah, is there anything else you'd add to that?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I giggled at it when I first heard from Tara that she wanted me to do personal development. I thought, I'm happy. I don't need anything like that. But it literally does. The first thing I do in the morning is I pop in my headphones and I listen to something for 15 minutes. And it sets the whole tone of my day. It gives me that positive outlook and puts a pep in my step and, just gets me going. And I've learned a lot too, especially, I know you guys aren't going to listen to business books, but business-wise, confidence-wise, relating to people, just that kind of stuff. It's just going to change everything in your life when you work in your mind and you change your mindset. It's going to change everything. That's where it all starts, is up here. But yeah, I think that's all that I really have to say about personal development.
And it doesn't have to be a lot of time, too. Let me just say that, too.
15 minutes.
10 or 15 minutes, a chapter of a book. It's not like you have to sit down and read for an hour, or that you have to listen to, an entire podcast in one sitting. Literally, it can be 10 or 15 minutes. Pick up a nugget or two from that session and work to implement it in your day. And if you think about it, if you read a chapter a day or half a chapter a day, within a week or 2 weeks, you will have finished a book, which is far more reading than I have time to do. But, it is a way to kind of get, to take something so big and work it into small increments and make your way through.
I know it all can seem very overwhelming, especially when you first get your package and you open it up and you read through everything and you think, oh my gosh, how am I going to do this? But just take little baby steps, and before you know it, it's all going to be second nature to you, and it's not going to be a big deal. It'll just be a part of your daily routine and your life, and you're going to be so thankful you did and you stuck with it.
Absolutely. And don't ever be afraid to come into the group and ask questions. You know, if you are experiencing something, there's a pretty good chance somebody else is experiencing it as well, or had experienced it and can give recommendations and advice. And there's a number of coaches in the group too, and we're always checking in to see if there's questions being posted. So, you know, if you are at the end of the day and you have, you know, 4 green containers and a purple, and you're like, what the heck am I going to eat? You know, ask for recommendations, ask for help, because we're happy to help out any way that we can. That's why the group is there. It's not just there for your own accountability, but it's there for support. So please lean on us and come in and ask questions and allow us to celebrate you too. I think that's a big thing. I like to remind people is, you know, this is a journey, and along the way, it's super important to celebrate your little milestones. And when I say little, it could be that, you know, that you drank 4 containers of water today and that you hadn't done that in months. It could be that your jeans are now too loose and you need to go buy a new pair. It could be that, you know, you did all 7 of your workouts this week. Whatever it is, don't be afraid to come in and toot your own horn and give yourself a pat on the back, because, you know, all the coaches have been there in our own personal journeys, and it is so encouraging for others to see what sort of celebrations others are having. Because I know if I see somebody kicking butt, it just motivates me to want to push harder and get myself to that point too. So don't be afraid to do that. We're a no judgment zone, and we highly encourage self-confidence, and you can be conceited. It's okay. We'll love it.
We're still on our journeys. What are you talking about?
Okay. Yeah, so that's the truth. That's the truth. I'm going to unmute everybody's phone right now, so if anybody has any questions. Let's see. We only have 10 minutes left. Sorry, guys. Everybody's unmuted. Does anybody have any questions? What are you doing? Elizabeth's hard. I don't know what she's doing, but she's hard.
Pardon me?
Oh, no, not Liz, Elizabeth.
Which one? We got 2.
Oh, well, that's not Liz who's sitting on her couch.
I have a question.
Sure.
On top of getting the packet in, I guess it's going to be mailed or whatever you guys are saying. We can, since I just signed up today, I can already go in online and start setting everything up?
Yes. You could actually go in to your account and click the on-demand tab and stream a workout now. Yeah, you don't have to wait for it to come in. And it has the meal plan. It's got all the paperwork type stuff right in there electronically. So you can see it all now.
Okay.
Anybody else have questions? All right. Well, we will. This meeting was recorded, so we will post a link to this in the group. So if you want to come back and reference anything we said, you'll have access to it. And like we said, please feel free to come into the group, ask questions, check in daily. Don't forget to track your points in our Google Doc so that we can, award prize to the person with the highest points. And we look forward to supporting you over the next 7 days or so.
Oh, we have to take a picture of who got on here too, so they can have their 5 points. And Amanda, I added you to the challenge group.
Okay. I'm lost when you're talking about the points thing. I'm like, what? Points?
Yeah. It's our group for all the working out stuff. I put you in the team pages earlier. I don't know if you saw that or not.
I didn't see that.
So,
Yeah.
but yeah, there's a document in there. You can put your name in it.
Okay.
All right, ladies.
Great. Well, it's nice to see
Good
all
to
your
see you guys.
Okay, thank you.
Have a good rest of the week.
Bye.
Good night.
Bye.
Yeah.